Hey guys, it's Josh from ICILYLIVE here. We're at the RØDE mobile podcast station. We're here with Jason, who's from RØDE Marketing Managers, I believe.
Correct.
And Canton, the RØDE Ambassador. We should have a quick conversation about where RØDE have come from, where they're going, what they've done along the way. Just want to find out what the brand has done, what the vision is, and how you've done it so successfully.
Okay. Well, the RØDE brand story really lives more with their design philosophy. They've got a philosophy in the kind of products that they make that speaks volumes to customers when they have it in their hands. I was telling you a moment ago, content creators often are not very technical people. They are people that have a passion, they've got a story to tell, they've got a craft that they want to share online and in all the various platforms and channels. But their specialty is their passion, not the tools that make the passion happen. For instance, somebody wants to start a podcast about politics or food cooking or whatever it might be. They're specialists in food or politics, not in audio. You know? So RØDE knows their customers really well. When you buy a RØDECaster Pro 2 to get exceptional audio, it sounds like what we're hearing right now out of the box.
Yeah.
You put it on and you're already a professional. That doesn't mean you can't dive into the settings and you can go deep dive, but they often don't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's incredible. That kind of flexibility and ease of use is such a game-changing difference for people because they say RØDE is so professional and so easy to use. People underestimate the easy-to-use part. They really do. And the make or break difference that is for the end user. Canton often says that RØDE is the soccer mom on the side of the field cheering you on, and it's such an apt description.
We all love that soccer mom vibe in school where you suck at soccer. But when your mom's on the sideline, you feel like you are Cristiano Ronaldo and you can dominate on this field.
As a RØDE ambassador, you've obviously used the product a lot. Talk about the ease of use, because you've made a lot of content with RØDE products.
Yeah.
Is it plug and play? Are you happy to just run with it? Is it something that is it a less of a barrier to entry for where you really can make your creativity shine more than having to get into the nitty gritty of it?
Yeah, very good question, especially in the context where a lot of creators, both new, old, maybe they're looking at their next chapter in content. Maybe they just wanted to start content, but they don't know. The funny thing is, and a lot of questions, funny enough, this whole week through MediaTek is how easy is it to use?
Yeah.
And it's so funny, like I know this, we know this, but to try help them understand when you use the phrase already, plug and play.
Yeah.
Where there was a lady earlier and she says, hey, I'm wanting to do a one-man podcast. She says, it's just me and it's a camera and I want really good audio. And then it's like you start asking questions. Hey, do you have an audio interface? And then if they go like, what's that? Then you're like, okay. But I think the beautiful thing that the team over at head office in Australia have done is that the fundamental core of what RØDE is about people. And they've reversed engineered that mentality and that heart to go, cool, you don't know what an audio interface is. That's fine. Have you checked the PodMic USB? And they go, what's the PodMic USB? Oh, you can plug it into your phone. You can plug it into your laptop, plug it into your iPad. And they're like, and then what? Like, and then go to the RØDE Capture app and then hit record. And they're like, but how does the audio get in? And I'm like, oh, do you know what a DSP? And then you get to see the lights come on when they're like, oh, you've really thought of everything. Right. And I think for me, I'm in such a beautiful...
And it's that simple.
It's that simple. I'm in such a beautiful position and opportunity to, see the behind the scenes of, obviously the products that we have, the products that we have coming. But more than that, we get to experience the different caliber of people and creators and industries that are wanting to use these tools for their quote-unquote voice. So that it's like you get your stories out, get your ideas out. Maybe, we always talk about the 3 E's of content. It's either got to be educational, entertaining, or empowering. And in my context as an ambassador, I get to really see all the ins and outs, but I think the joy of it is seeing how people experience the simplicity of it. You don't need a PhD in audio to understand how this works. Like when I would say to someone like, oh, we've even done it in the language when you plug the mic into, your phone or your laptop and you go into the RØDE Central app, there's something called sparkle. And when you think of the word sparkle, isn't it like, it almost sounds like it's light. And it's like that sparkle is one thing. And then you got the, the depth and the warmth, like it's that crispiness that people, and like, that type of, and when you explain it like this, your reaction is part and parcel of theirs. It's very much like I get it. Yes. That's cool. And then when you see that on their face, you're like, that's cool. Like, this is what we're part of.
That's the RØDE difference.
Yeah. It's definitely an intentional choice by RØDE to go, let's look at this from the user's perspective.
Yes.
I'm sure a lot of brands get really stuck in the engineering. Like, not that obviously RØDE has massively talented engineers behind the product.
Yes.
But a lot of companies, they see their product from an engineer's perspective.
Yes.
But the products you're trying to push here, they're for the people that are actually using them. They're for your content creators. They're for people that are doing podcast setups, doing these video setups, live productions.
Yes.
It's really an intentional decision from Rode to go, let's look at it from the user's point of view.
Yes, the actual pain points,
Right.
not how cool this is.
Yeah.
So Steve Jobs had an incredible quote that I thought was very powerful, from many, many years ago, where he said, a lot of companies get it wrong, where they start with the engineering and they make something cool, and then they want to figure out how to sell it, as opposed to what are people struggling with,
Yeah.
what are the actual pain points in the user experience, and how do we make that? Literally reverse engineering the process exactly the way you said it, and Rode embodies that completely. And what's fascinating though is how you see that same design philosophy manifest across different products.
Right.
So use the Rodecaster just as one example. In I might be getting the year exactly wrong, it's 2017, 2018, when they released the first one. Up until that point, there was not any mixer made in the world for podcasting. It didn't exist. People were using live mixers. They were using like for live shows and that, like Mackie mixers, etc.
Right.
They were using that, which was not made for podcasting. It doesn't have all the recording features. They were kind of spoeg and plakking, as you say in Afrikaans.
Say it
different
again,
systems,
Jason.
spoeg and plak. And of course they would make it work, but it was the most difficult thing to get right. So when they made the Rodecaster, their approach was, okay, there's nothing out there that's made for podcasters. They have to use 7 different consoles.
Yeah.
So, okay, what do podcasters need? All right, they need faders. Cool. They need faders, no doubt. They have to be able to control individual inner channels. Okay, they need at least 4 microphone inputs, at least, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but then if you have 4 microphones, 4 guests, that means you need 4 headphone outs. Okay, so they have to have 4 headphone outs. They need pads, and they went through this long list, and they made this massive list of things, and they decided to make that. And it is literally fit for purpose, and it changed the podcasting world entirely.
Yeah,
Changed the game.
You said it's a disruptor.
Yes,
And you
exactly.
mentioned that Rode's been doing this.
Yes,
They've
yes,
been
from
disrupting.
day one. So, okay, I'm going to start the story, and then I'm going to hand over to you because I know you love the story. So,
If you want, I give you full permission to run its course.
we're going to tag team. This is 2 soccer moms now, So, Rhode's heritage kind of speaks volumes to this. It's kind of cool. So, their heritage is in 1991 is when they launched. Rode launched.
Right.
There is a famous microphone brand called Neumann. I don't know if you
Yes,
know
yeah,
the
yeah.
name Neumann. Really expensive, high-quality, German-made studio microphones.
Right.
The kind of thing Mariah Carey uses to record her latest Christmas album, kind of thing. Really expensive
Just
microphones.
give us a
but next
sample
level.
of how she sounds quickly. No, I'm joking.
Can you hit the pitch up quickly, And it's an incredible microphone. There's nothing like it, but of
Right.
course, massive price barrier. So Peter Friedman, he's the founder of Rode and the Friedman Group. He decided, we knew that you could do this in a much more affordable package. He wanted to bring better quality audio to more people, and he found a way to make a microphone that sounded just like a Neumann for like a tenth of the price.
Right.
A tenth of the price. He figured it out. And that was where Rode started. But how the Rode name came about is where I'm going to hand over to my soccer mom over there.
So, fun fact, you've obviously heard of the NT1 series.
Sure, yeah.
So everyone loves NT1. Both anyone doing anything in the context of vocal work, whether that's voiceovers, musicians, whatever. What's cool is when that was launching, they're like, cool, now we figured out this microphone. We've entered the quote-unquote disruptor game. We have taken what is ordinarily very inaccessible to the everyday creator, if you want to call them, and now they can access that same audio quality, but at a much more affordable price. And they were like, oh, so what should we call it? So they're like, you know what we should call it? We should call it the rodent.
Oh.
And then I always make a joke, and I'm like, a rat. Like, you want a rodent? And then everyone's like, no, there's no that. Like, what do you mean? And then they're like, okay, rodents, rodent, road, NT, road. How about, okay, it's the first one. How about we call ourselves Rode, and it'll be the NT1.
Rodent.
Is that really the...
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's funny.
That's funny.
brilliant.
It's wild,
That's someone with a sense of humor who's in product.
Or laziness,
But,
hard to tell the difference sometimes.
Rode
Smart, I love it.
Rode even as a name, like, I just think it's sick, bro.
It is
And
something.
like, I don't know what the official letters called with the line going
Like
through
the
the O.
Umlaut.
or the-
Yeah.
Gumlaut. But like that, I'm just like, it's just so sick. Like I look at it and it's I think for me personally, coming from a background with very much like brand strategy, brand communications, when I look at it, when you see that O with the line, the Gumlaut, you go, that's Rode.
Yeah.
Like it's just such an iconic visual representation. And like, I don't know the term for this, but no matter what orientation, it's the same direction, which I think is just sick.
Yeah, it's clever branding, hey?
Yeah, 100%.
So when they launched, they had the Rode NT1, and that was massively disruptive because now you could sound like you were Mariah Carey, but you recorded it, in your friend's studio down the road.
Sure.
I mean, the NT1 Signature Series is now about $4,500, on average out there, and for $4,500, you get it changed the game. It changed the game entirely. It's still one of their best-selling microphones for a reason. There isn't
Not surprisingly.
not surprising at all. And they had the NT1 5th gen, so they disrupted the studio game, the studio mic game. Disrupted, never went back again. And of course, there's now lots of other guys that have competed with them and copied them, etc. After that, they took that same design philosophy and they went into on-camera mics and shotgun microphones.
See, that's where I've seen a lot of Rhodes in my personal life. It's it's a little shotgun. It's there.
Yes.
I
little Rode on the windshield.
I think anyone who's into cameras has seen the Rode, like the windsock.
Yes,
on
yes,
that, and it probably lost
everywhere.
a few as well.
And had to buy a spare one again.
Yeah.
So, and the indie film scene in the late 90s cottoned on to the Rode brand and these new mics they were making. And they, again, same philosophy. It sounds like this, and it costs that. You got to be kidding me.
It's too good to be true.
It's too good to be true. So there was this groundswell movement in the indie film scene for using these Rode mics, and over the years that passed afterwards, it kind of became a massive staple for the brand, and the kind of reputation grew, and again, disrupted. Never went back again. And now you get lots of competitors all the time, but Rode disrupted again with that, which was very exciting. Very exciting, and it just blew people away. It's Rode.
It's nice having competitors because it gives them something to do.
Okay.
I'm going to remember that line. Yeah.
And then Rode also, again, disrupted in the wireless mic space.
Yes. So when it comes to compact,
very much
high-quality wireless microphones,
Yes.
before the Wireless Go came out, the first one, there wasn't really a truly reliable, professional, compact wireless system. You could go buy a 20,000 Rand deity system, you could get that. But what's a TikToker going to do if that's the only wireless option for them? And the other option is super, super, super cheap stuff that didn't have all the features there. There wasn't an industry there. And Rode released the very first Wireless Go. Suddenly it was this, oh wow, it sounds like that, and it cost that? Again, with the first Wireless Go system. They started the compact wireless system movement in content creation. So the first Wireless Go came out, blew everyone out of the water. When the Wireless Go Generation 2 had come out, it was the industry standard. The industry standard for quite a few years. And now the market is completely full, but Rode started it. And they disrupted the world again. And the latest in Wireless Pros and Wireless Go Gen 3s, again, set the standard. You don't get better than Rode at that price point. Now, can you shoot the next Martin Scorsese movie on a Rode? You could. You might not, but you could,
You know what you might find is, one of my best friends is a location sound engineer.
Okay.
And he uses Rode products on big commercials, but not for the way you think he would. He's using it for
Comms?
testing audio. No. So he's using the Wireless Go. He's got really, really fancy lavalier mics going into packs, coming into him, and then he's using it so the director has audio. So he's setting it right into an...
oh, wow, that's smart,
I'm not sure
actually.
if it's the Go or which one of the small Rode packs it is. It's going to VT, so they get the actual proper audio from what they want.
Amazing.
And it's like, Rode might not be the one they're using to record, but they're using it in the signal chain because of
reliable.
its affordability and its reliability.
Yes, it's
really sick to
reliable,
see.
high quality enough, and affordable.
And also a little bit of ingeniousness from the guys doing location sound.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, very smart thinking.
That's actually
Way
what I
too
was
happy
saying.
that I said that.
The whole idea of actually going, hey, how can I use
the
this?
product.
And I think, whatever your context of Rode products, whatever your usage is, at the end of the day, there will always be some form of vision of how that fits into your context of production, creativity, or whatever. And I think, I always say this to people. There was a few people here today where I'm seeing some microphones. I'm like, that's cool, man. And I'm like, have you checked these out? They're like, yeah. And then they check them out, and then they try them, and they experience the quality, and then they go, okay, but how much? And then I tell them how much, and then they're like, oh, is that on discount? I'm like, oh, no, sorry, hold on. Here's the discount. And I was like, the discount's only this week. They're like, there's no way that's the price. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. The next scene they disrupted was podcasting and audio production with the Rodecaster series, which you
That's
mentioned
what we're
earlier.
using right now?
Yes, as we speak, we're using the Rodecaster Pro 2, and they've actually I think I might have lied earlier. It's actually 5 scenes they've disrupted because the Rodecaster video series is now here, and there really isn't anything else like it out in the market right now. So the Rodecaster Pro 2 console, there's nothing else like it from an audio perspective. I mean, right behind us, we have full Rodecaster systems running on power banks, and you can get this kind of quality production on the top of Table Mountain with a power bank, for example. You know,
Maybe not right now. It's pretty cold.
Wild.
Okay, sorry, out in that little ridge over there. You know, sorry. Yeah, I'll bring my road hoodie with
It's
me. Yeah.
freezing in Cape Town at the moment.
Yes, I've been told. I've been told. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad to be in Joburg today. You know.
One of you.
Yeah, same guys. Same.
Yeah. He lives down the road.
Born and bred.
But it's super sick to see RØDE have basically moved a lot in the space and have developed on themselves as
Yes,
well.
iterated,
Like you
yes.
start, you disrupt, and then you go, wow, we've made a great product. How do we make it even better? And then we do your twos. So you've got the Go, we do the Go 2. You got the video caster. We go, just keep innovating on the same space. I saw you
Yes.
have the headless system on that side as well. Where
Yes.
there's no buttons, you just plug it in and it
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
It's amazing. We at ICILYLIVE are super stoked to have RØDE as a brand that we support, and
Awesome.
we stock your stuff. It's really great. So if someone comes to us and they go, oh, I want to set up a podcast, we go, well, we have the RØDE brand. So if
Yeah.
you want RØDE brand, here's the whole set
system.
of things.
Yeah.
We're super stoked to have you guys. It's
You know what's amazing with RØDE, you know, with in a scenario like that where you have the client say, well, I'll tell you what, try this RØDE system out and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they're like, well, does it get better than this? I'd like this, please. You know, which is kind of amazing. It kind of sells itself, which is
Right.
really spectacular. But there's something else worth mentioning with RØDE, which I think is, again, you really don't see companies, at least at RØDE's size, that still do this. They are incredibly receptive to their customers' feedback. They make a point of asking people, hey, to the public, not like the kind of thing that Apple would never do. You know, hey, is there something you guys want in this product that we haven't thought of?
Yeah.
And people will message them and mail them, and they'll even say openly, that person suggested this idea, next week it's in. Or in the next version, this customer gave us this idea, we thought that was an awesome idea, in the next version, it's in.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. You know, if we email them because, hey, RØDE, a customer mentioned about XYZ, this feature and this feature, can it do this? They reply to us within a day or two every single time, the engineers themselves. And I don't see that anywhere else, and I'm just mind blown by the degree of feedback ability they can take.
It's very much people first.
Yes,
Yeah.
soccer mom.
It goes from, hey, look at what I can do to like, hey, look at what we can do. And I think RØDE's very much in the forefront of together. Like, and the feedback thing,
Yeah.
it's such a game changer because it's one thing kind of being, you know, the super duper tech engineer, audio engineer in the background, but like, oh, this is what it should be. But then, you know, you're very tone deaf to your audience and your consumers that are buying your products. But then you're listening to your consumers and like, oh, I wish it had this, and I wish it could do that, and oh, in this type of environments, I wish it wasn't so much like this. And then they go, cool, hold that thought, and then
Hold my beer.
and then the next thing, it's like, oh, damn, RØDE did it. And I think that's not a small thing at the end of the day.
I think maybe even as customers in other parts of your life, everyone knows what it's like to get forgotten, right? Your device is
For
maybe
sure.
5 years old.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, well, they don't support it anymore. They don't use it. It's not being thought of. You can't exactly email Bill Gates or Tim
Yeah.
Apple
Yes, yeah.
and be
Tim
like,
Apple.
hey, we need updates with this. can't use the
Steve
latest
Cook.
iOS. I'm so far behind. It's
For
cool
sure.
to know that RØDE actually are listening to the space.
Yes, for
Great,
sure.
yeah.
You know, there's another, and I'm just going to keep going. There's another aspect of RØDE that, again, you don't see as often as you might think, is their warranties. I mean, this Procaster, for example, this is the upgrade from the pod mic, which everyone loves and recognizes from all over YouTube. But this is the Procaster. This is a broadcast grade microphone. It's got a 10-year warranty.
Wow.
10-year warranty. I mean, you don't see that often with microphones.
Yeah,
These
wild.
headphones from RØDE, the NTH 100s, they have a lifetime warranty.
Ooh,
A lifetime warranty on a set of studio production headphones.
that's lovely.
That's fantastic.
The headphones will last longer than you.
I don't look that old, do I?
Wow.
Guys, I want to thank you so much for your time. It's really
Awesome.
great. It's really good to learn more about the brand, even
Yeah.
the origin of the brand, like the name. It's interesting to know that they were rodents at a stage. But
I might have phrased it a bit differently.
no, I'm just joking. But really cool to see what you guys have done in the space. We're just
Awesome.
super excited to see
Yeah.
what the next sort of avenue that you disrupt will be.
Oh, yes, it's coming.
And there's
And-
a. Anyway, how's your day, bro?
Someone with insider knowledge. Well, when you're looking to buy RØDE products, please check out ICILYLIVE. We have the whole range. And when you bring up the new stuff, let us know.
Oh, yes.
And we'll send it to the people out there.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for your time, guys.
Guys, thanks so much,
Cheers.
Ashraf. Appreciate it.
Fantastic.